Hey, so welcome. It's a episode of Checks and Balances, and I got
Oh,
my
that's what it's
man.
called?
Yeah, Checks and
Okay.
Balances. I just came up with the title. It really just means you can't be too negative, and then you can't be too positive because then people are suspect. Because over positively, people scare me.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like damn.
Absolutely.
You got to get mad at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and negative people are annoying to be around.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
I'd
So
rather be around negative people. Hence why I got my man Paavo right here.
I'm not negative.
Hey, all right. Well, I got my man Paavo right here. I am the Hugo Monster, and we're gonna have discussions here on this episode podcast interview of my homie right here. But I wanted to tell everybody who this guy is, give him the proper introduction. Now, Paavo, he has a deep catalog. Before he was Paavo, he was actually an artist named Breaker Don Juan, and under Breaker Don Juan, this man dropped several projects. Okay, I'm gonna go down the list. He went down till the Break of Dawn. Beta Base, Alpha Delta One, Hail Omega, Aperitif, and then the Off the Top. I think that's 5 albums, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm out of breath for some reason. I think you wore me out. And then this man suddenly one day,
Relax.
suddenly one day, this man decided to change his name. Well, ask him why he changed his name and what was the story behind that. But after that, man, he went on and he made more albums. All right, starting off with the little EP called The Drip. After The Drip, the man came out with Death is the Best Keeper of Secrets, Bodies Buried in My Garden, Worms Dying at Night, Tonight, Eyes to the Sun, Crumble of a Paper Man, Hope Your Life Gets Worse. Lovely titles that hit you right in the chest. And then Cut Both Ways, 21 Grams, Tears Will Always Tell, Volume 1, You Offer More Dead, Me to Blame, and I'm thinking I'm missing the most recent Chill the God album. So if you guys didn't keep track of that, that is 20 albums
Oh, you don't have Tenebrae on there either.
on Tenebrae. Oh yeah, so 21 albums, that this man has made, and no one knows about him. Hey, man, but that's a deep catalog when it 21 albums, man. That's an incredible feat, and I'm glad to call this guy my friend, my brother, and he's the actual featured artist on the checks in the mail throughout the whole record, man. And yeah, welcome, Paavo.
Oh man, thanks for telling me to come.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I had no idea up until the point where you showed me the video.
Yeah, I think
and
that
then
helped.
that definitely helped. That I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see what you're doing. It's kind of like a expose, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah.
to know. I mean, like I watched the one with Limit,
Uh-huh.
and I was really locked in.
You were locked in.
I was
Limit's
like, oh
interesting.
man, yeah. Well, I didn't know any of his story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just hang out with him and at bars and
Mm-hmm.
talk at very high volumes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
We
so-
never chill. You know what I
It's
mean?
so difficult to talk in the
Yeah.
venues, man. That should be hurting my ears. But then again, I have sensitive ears.
You tender.
But yeah, man. Well, I'm glad you came up on here. I'm glad I did send you that because I before that I was like typing like damn near paragraphs, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this was gonna read this and be like, I don't get it.
No,
to- just to bust my bubble.
that was more.
But I'm
that
glad
was
you
more,
asked.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad you asked. Okay, man. But other than that, man, that's all I have.
Well, I mean, like you asked the question earlier, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
why did I change the name? Why did I
Yeah,
go from?
exactly? I'm making sure you pays attention.
I mean, my thing is, like I was at that time, I was like 28 or something like that.
When you changed your
when
name?
I finally changed. Or, no, I was like 32, damn near.
32.
I think
17 is when you made it.
Yeah,
Name
it's,
change.
because the little girl, she was like 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in limbo. The wife was working graveyard shift,
Okay.
and I was stuck at home. You were out there ripping up shop.
Yeah, yeah.
You were putting in hella work. And I was funny, man. I remember you brought up a show the other day where homie went to go get a watch.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember going to that show. I remember going to that show. That must have been like 2011.
Yeah, that was like 2012, 2013.
Okay,
Yep.
so I remember going to that show and seeing that whole, debacle happened.
Yeah, yeah.
The venue was whack. It was like, it was all kinds of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember standing there and I'm like, yeah, I can't let
Yeah,
Hugo
I
deal with
had to
this
step in.
anymore, man. I can't let this happen. He's more than capable of doing his own shows. There's nothing that I need to be doing
Yeah.
to help him anymore. Like, he's gone. He's doing
Yeah.
his thing. So I had to kind of retool myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I went into hibernation. I wasn't satisfied with any of the music I was making. Charlie was well into the family mode.
Yep.
And I had to figure out if I was going to continue to make music, which I wasn't going to stop. I just had to adapt to my new situation, which was 2 kids and figuring out how to hold a job and work on music and be happy. You know what I mean? And I kind of came to the conclusion at that time too, I wasn't going to be performing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, live performances for me was like thrown to the back burner because it just wasn't, like, I love being on stage with you. I love doing that. I love all that and getting down and everybody's giving you props. Like, it feels great.
Mm-hmm.
But before that,
The music had to come first.
yeah, the music got to come first, but also, like, just being at the fucking venue.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just being there and waiting and the show being like,
Because we did a lot of shows.
we did a lot of shows from
Yeah.
like 2005, 2006, and nothing's changed.
Yeah. You feel like it's still we're the only ones there in the beginning. You know, we meet up the sound check. I feel like that and it's crazy, man. Because even with this last past show, we were there early.
Yeah.
But it's for me personally, I guess I got accustomed to just being there early, even when nobody's there. You know what trips about it too is like when people are there, like the whole venue just changes. It's almost like a different place.
Yeah.
But you know, and for the most part, I'm glad there are instances where you do sound check for the show, and there's been instances where you don't do sound check. Like, and you're right, man. A lot of there are times where it's the same.
Yeah.
But and the only thing that's different is the acts.
Yeah.
And so, which is also, I guess, a big up for us because we're still out there even under these circumstances. You know, it's not always perfect. It's not always dandy. You know, the whole thing is to make sure that you keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so, like, when I seen you up on stage and you were out there just, making the name for yourself, this is before you went on your tours and before you did all that stuff. I had to post myself up.
Yeah.
I had to do a self-assessment, if you will, and say, man, like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to continue to make this music? Well, okay, beats aren't coming. You got to learn how to make beats.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention that this man started making beats, a producer, damn near. Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for over 10 years now. So, I mean, I'm not a producer per se, but I can make beats for rappers.
Yeah.
I can make beats for rappers if I needed
something.
Yeah.
That's one thing that always stuck in my head. You always said, I got to make something that I could rap on.
Yeah.
Which is dope. And the same thing too, you're like your own machine, man, because you ain't got to wait on the beat.
Now that's where it was, dude. It was,
so.
I had to be like, okay, if I'm going to be the roadblock, it's me.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let nobody else be a roadblock to me.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to do this, had to learn how to mix, had to learn how to master.
Yeah.
And so that's when the Drip album came out.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
have
mean?
a guest verse on that. Check it out.
Yeah. The Drip album came out, and it was just me. That was like me learning how to use the beat machine.
Yeah, do me a favor, get the microphone closer to your face.
Yeah, that was me just learning how to use the beat machine.
Uh-huh.
And once I started getting that going, Charlie helped me out with the mixing. He says, man, I use some of this stuff on Ableton. He's the one that came up with the name.
Oh, okay. Paavo.
He's the one that came up with the name. And at first I thought it was just, just trying to make fun of me, you know what I mean? Something like that, something silly. But then I'm like, no, I like the spelling.
Yeah.
I like the letters. I like how quick it is. It didn't have any it didn't have any like stigma to it. Like Break of Dawn was kind
Yeah.
of too old school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like me trying to be old school, which at first we were.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
we were like,
rapping, doing like a Run DMC kind of
yeah,
things.
we were really like, that's the music we liked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
It's
did
like,
what we like.
yeah, and so you make the transition over. I had to finally come to and accept that I liked movies, and I shouldn't be like, you know.
Yeah.
It's not that I was hiding it. I just never talked about it.
Yeah.
You know, outside of you guys and, you know, me at hanging out over there at Charlie's house and watching movies with him, you know, like that was it.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't discuss it outside of that. I wouldn't bring it into the music. And then I started finally bringing it into the music in ways where I wanted to write scary short stories in my way, while still being a dope MC, while still being, and I'm not calling myself a dope MC, I'm just saying while still trying to be a dope MC and using vocabulary.
Yeah, didn't you read like a whole dictionary?
I didn't read that. Was hell no. But I do use rhyme. Yeah. I use rhyme catalogs. I use this and that. I try not to, you know, thesauruses. I use tools.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
remember
Like,
you talking about just getting more comfortable with the language.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot of that. Being comfortable with recording until you were happy with the verse. Like that. I took hella practice, dude.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times I just want to quit on that shit. That's good enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. This is your equipment. This is your time. Like, why you rushing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do it again. So that's why I hear like verses and stuff like that, like the stuff that we did with Cut Beatles.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could have done that. I could do that better. I know I could do that better. If I would have taken my time, would have done more takes, I would have found the groove, it'd be better. But you know, you can't.
Did you give yourself like a limit? Like, I'm gonna do 5 takes and that's it, and then move on.
I'm a 4 take.
Oh, 4 take.
Yeah, 4 takes. 4 right. Take so, it is a scenario where I try to do it in 4 takes, because any more than that, I feel like I get tired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, and I think that's a good thing, because and it gives you kind of like something to work with.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're not gonna move on from the first verse to the second verse or the next song.
Yeah. And a lot of the times, like what I've learned from you watching you record was that your memory was something. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker remembers that shit.
Repetition.
You know what I'm saying? So what I do now, my thing is I write the song. I'm like, okay, I wrote the song. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm gonna come back the next day, read it again. Okay, I don't like the way this is. I don't like the way that is. I'm gonna flip that again. I'm gonna rewrite this, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, I feel the energy. I'm gonna record, and I've said it so many times.
Yeah.
That by then I'm like, I'm more confident in the way I'm saying it. So I'm not sounding like I'm reading it off my phone.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like it's more organic, and I'm there and I'm just in the moment. Like I've said these words so many times already, because that's the one thing that I remember. We were at the Ivy Room performing, and Malik said, yo man, when you guys perform is way better than on the CDs. And I understood that as, oh,
you wanted to kick him.
We're more.
Yeah. What you mean? What you mean, Malik?
But I mean, he had a point where
yeah.
We knew the songs.
Yeah.
We knew the songs. We knew the beat. We knew everything that was going to happen. So you could say it with that extra gusto. You know what I mean? You could just boom.
Yeah. Because then you're more concerned about how to perform it rather than how to remember to say it.
Yeah. And so once that sets in and you're just worried about your performance, that's so much better. So you could emphasize different places. You could lay back. You could do this. You could do a lot. And, you know, all those little instances of us making those mistakes is what led to, you know, all the music that you listed, you know, like it's gotten better.
Yeah,
You
definitely. So once you can come up with Paavo, and like after Paavo, man, you really went in. I look at your catalog one, and I'm like, well, Paavo's one, of course, and I'm like, you are a machine, man, and like
Not like Kofa. Not like Kofa. Not like saying Kofa. That boy, madman.
Boy, Kofa.
Yeah.
Hey, he got a new album out that's pretty dope. I
Yeah.
really like,
Which one was
that
that?
shit. The one with A. Greg.
Okay.
That one's sick, man. But yeah, man, like, did you like? All right, so now Paavo's here. Now you decided, you know what? I'm a give myself a schedule. I'm gonna have a routine. I'm gonna write this amount of time. I'm gonna have these amount of albums. You know, how was that?
A lot of the times, well,
Because you buckled down.
yeah. After the Drip album, I was like, okay. Then you already had some of the songs done for Death is the Best Keeper of Secrets. I already had some of those already just banked and recorded, and I was trying to mix those. And yeah, I had all those beats that I was making. I was like, well, I like this one. I'll just write to it.
Yeah.
And it was just me learning how to sequence, and then I just kept going. And then I met with Common and Normal. By the time Death is the Best Keeper of Secrets came out, I was just meeting up with Chef Mike, and we started talking, and then the more beats came.
Yeah.
I mean, I met with him, met with Burn Bacharach, met with Chill to God, who, you know, all these people that I've done multiple albums with.
Dude.
And when they're giving you beats,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know where, like,
If it's gonna come back.
yeah.
If they're gonna be like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, am I ever going to get this many beats ever again? Like, probably not.
Yeah.
So,
and they're fire beats.
all of them, dude.
All of them,
like,
dude.
it was like, as I was growing, them fools were just doing as much. And then COVID hit,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And so what did you do?
Right.
Buckled and write.
Yeah.
You know, I think during the COVID year, I did like 4 albums that year. I think I did the Burnt Bacharach. I did one Chill to God or 2 Chill to Gods that year. And you did No Toys. I did Worms Dying Tonight. And then we did there was one in between there too. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
at 2020 to 2021, dude. There was like 5-6 albums right there.
Yeah.
And it was just busy. It was
Yeah.
just busy. You did the No Reservations.
Yep. And we did that record with the Cut Beatles.
Yeah.
In between.
In between there, you know, because they did a compilation with
With Common and Normal.
Yeah,
the
with
one with the
Common
bullet,
and Normal.
the gun
And
in the front. Yeah, that was a nice
the
combination.
Violent Professionals.
Violent
That's the
Professionals. That
ones.
was dope.
And then I did that it was like Money Something. Money Something. And I really like that song. I would like to put it out again, but
Yeah. We'll see when that happens. Come on, guys. But yeah, man. So we're here now, and then you're on this new record with me called Checks in the Mail. I forget how. I think I just, hey Juan, this is how easy it is with me and Juan. I'm like, hey man, you want to get on, be like the featured artist on this record? He's like, sure.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
you hit me up on that saying that, hey man, I'm working with Limit. I got some beats I need you to get on, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then once you know it, there was like 5-6 songs that we did together, or I just added in a hook here and there. You know what I mean? And then once you know it, dude, you hit me up and saying you had like 16, 17 fucking songs, or even 20 something songs, and I'm like, damn, dude, that shit went quick.
Yeah.
You know, like you took off on that. Limit hooked you up with like
Some bangers, man.
some crazy ass beats. We did the songs together. Some hit, some didn't. You know, I think you guys chose at the end. You guys chose the best songs to move forward with. Yeah, no, dude, that was. I never thought. You know, I never thought to hear when I heard you on the boom bap beats, like, and there's just not boom bap, right?
Yeah.
It's not just drum breaks, like the way he makes his beats, especially when we went to the studio.
Yeah. Oh yeah, with the studio there. I wanted to talk about that,
dude. When we went there, and then you see him track out the beats into
Deegan's, the engineer's system. Yeah, that was a pretty interesting day. That's the first time we've been rapping for the longest time. And it's the first time me and him actually went to the studio together. That was like a hip hop day.
Yeah, dude, that was we never been to. Like you recorded a couple of times at the studio.
Yeah.
You recorded at Shine. Was it
Shine On Studio?
Yeah. You recorded at Shine On, and I think you worked with some other dudes at a studio one time or at their studio.
I think it was a seller. Shout out to them cats.
But I never stepped foot in one.
Yeah.
I never knew the day was gonna come, and then you said we were going out there, so I was like, cool. I had the day off.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit was like an event.
Yeah, we had the day off. We get over there, and I'm watching him track out into the DAW, and I'm like, he has so many fucking elements. To each song.
Yeah.
And once you start hearing them together, I'm like, no wonder why his shit sounds
so full,
full, wide. The drums knock extra hard, you know what I mean? The Deegan magic that he uses with the machines that he's got. And you're like, yeah, man, this is a way to produce music.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. Yeah, and it felt good just to have.
It inspired me to go record in the studio.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like after we did that event, I booked time. Remember we were supposed to go. You were supposed to come
I was supposed to come with you. Yeah.
I did the 4 tracks for Chill to God.
Chill to God.
Yeah,
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah. So that inspired that.
Yeah, it's a difference, right? It's like what as an MC, you've been rapping in the closet or at your house. At some point, you should go experience that, man, just so you could be in it. And it's one of the things you have to go to see and see. Because then you have an idea of what you can add to your tool set and what you've been missing.
Absolutely. And the one thing that was so you were sitting here setting this all up. You were running around with your head cut off, making sure everything was perfect.
Yeah.
It took you out of sitting here and being the host.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, when you're in a studio, you ain't got to worry about none of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You just walk in with your rhymes, and all you do is you worry about performing.
Yep.
Is it the headphones in the okay, cool, let's go. And then everything is set up, and someone else is pressing the record, someone else is worried about the levels.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like,
turn my volume up.
Yeah, you know, like
yes, sir.
And it's like that, and
you
sit it and you're seeing like, man, like that shit's so freeing.
Yeah.
I never felt so free. But yeah, dude, it really woke me up to be like, this is the way I need to be recording.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way I need to be doing it. If I prepare, so what I do now is I also prepare my recording station the day before.
Yeah.
So I get everything set up, have the computer on, put on my compressor, put on my preamp, get the mic, do level check, 1 2 1 2. I set it, and then I go, handle my rest of my day. So when I get up in the morning,
it's ready to go.
Get my things, set the mic up to where I want it, and go.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about it. Just press record and let's do this. So that's another thing, preparation.
And making it easy for yourself when it's time to do your job.
Exactly.
It's as simple as, almost, you remind me, I was listening to this one podcast where this lady was talking about, do yourself a favor, do your dishes in the morning. At nighttime. So when you come in the morning, it's a fresh start.
Yeah.
And you ain't got to worry about none of that shit. Give me a second. Let me close this door. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, it's a fresh start, man.
So when you were asking me to come on, were you asking me to come on to the album to lend a hand, to give an open voice? Were you like stuck in lyrics, or
I think there was a halt in the project. There was a halt in the project, and then he was sending me beats, and then I was like, you know what, man? Let me see if Juan wants to join. Because it'll be tight too. Because I think that's also too for me like a little bit freeing.
Yeah.
Because when you do because it's almost a collab. It is a collaborative album.
Yeah.
And
we did check one.
We've known each other for so long, and it's like I record here, I send it to you, and then we come up with the hook, or I had the hook, or you wrote the hook, and it is what it was. But it when you came on, you brought it back to life.
No.
And then we were able to add more to it, add a little bit more flavor. It became less stressful for me.
It is stressful to write, and
also too, like a little bit too, like kind of like an ego thing about it too. Like for me, like, can I not write to these beats? And then I, where you go, fuck it, man. Why are you worrying about the most silliest shit? So when I finally decided to like, all right. Nah, I'm gonna send this over to Juan. It's gonna be together, and then it's gonna be his thing.
Yeah.
So
No, it's
I don't know if that made any fucking sense at all.
No, it did make sense because I could feel that in terms of, like if something, like if you're it's not necessarily an ego, right? But if you hear a beat, sometimes you hear a beat and how you think you should rap on it, right? But in the realities, you can only be you.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
And the sooner you come to terms that you are you and the way you write and rap gots to be you.
Yeah.
Then that's just the more freeing that becomes when you let those expectations down and you're like, man, this is what I'm going to bring to the table.
Yep.
This has got to be good enough. And I think that like a lot of I can't had to face that as well in terms of the time. Like, why am I trying to be this and that? Like,
why am I making it so hard for myself just because
like,
I feel like I need to be the lone MC in this project, or or in my mind I'm thinking if I don't do it by myself,
it's
not,
lesser than.
Yes.
Yeah.
When in reality, I've done albums by myself.
Yeah.
And it's just getting out your own way.
Yeah, for sure.
And it was fun to do it. When you got on there, I was like, okay, cool.
No, I think it took like a lot of the things, like I could hear a lot of the songs that we could perform now, if I ever get out of my own way, doing that kind of shit. But a lot of the songs that I noticed, that's the one thing I noticed, like you write about topics.
Yeah.
You write about topics. Yeah, you
Tell.
write about topics. Like motherfuckers don't be writing about topics. You know what I'm saying? Most of my topics are kind of dark and they're telling a story. They're telling the side of a story. They're telling a perspective of somebody going through some things, or just how twisted a situation can be.
Yeah.
That's where I'm usually living. But you took a story about, the Karen story. You told a story about a personal situation that happened with one of your family members.
Yeah.
You actually so you told on the Trial and Error album that we did together, you told a whole rap song about the Ninja Turtles, and I had no idea until you told me. And then when I hear it, I'm like, this motherfucker, this one with
with a Logic,
with
man.
Logic,
yeah, man. I remember when I said to most of what the song was about with Adam on the feature and shit. Yeah, man. Because I was trying to make it very subtle, because I don't want to be telling you, hey, it's exactly about the Ninja Turtles, because at that point it get kind of, a little cornball. Yeah. But if it makes you be like, oh, okay. Yeah, man. And it's funny because a lot of the songs, like for example, that Exposed song, like when I heard that beat, that's what came up. Yeah. And sometimes some shit just writes itself, man. Yeah.
And those are the best ones, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're sitting there drudging about some words and you're just mulling over, I don't like that opening. You're sitting there and you're like, well, maybe that's just not the beat.
Yeah, for
you right now.
Yeah.
Move on to another beat. Come back to that beat later on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That happens. That happens a lot. You know what I mean? Like where they send me like 5 beats. Me, I'm not gonna. No beat left behind.
Yeah.
That's my motto. No beat left behind.
No beat left behind.
And so I'm going to do them all, whether I really like the beat or not,
Yeah.
But sometimes that one that I'm not digging currently at that moment, I just move on to one that I am. And then I go and do, it's kind of like doing your homework, right?
Yeah.
You're going to do the subject that you like and first.
And then come back to the hard shit
come
later.
Back to
or
the
shit that you don't want to fuck with at the moment because it's not as fun or easy.
And you're going to wait till you have more energy to do it. Right?
Jesus
so
Christ.
that's where I'm at with the way some, not like writing rhymes is like homework, but, sometimes you look back to all the things that you used to do in the past and how you would handle certain tasks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it is a task. When someone sends you 10 beats,
yeah, you gotta.
To me, that's a task.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna rap on all of them then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And whatever makes it, and whatever it does, I'll just save it for something else.
Yeah. If a motherfucker sends me 5, 8 beats, he sends me 3 beats. Obviously, he's sending me these not for me to pick and choose. He wants me to go on all of them. At least that's what I'm anticipating.
Yeah.
Or unless they got
you rather do more and have them say, okay, I didn't was expect you to do, but and you end up keeping them because
exactly.
Yeah. That's what I noticed too. Like if you come with like a plan before someone else does, the likelihood of them probably going with your plan is
Yeah.
probably because they didn't have a plan to begin with.
Yeah,
And then, and it's like, oh, okay, all right.
And that's the
help. Just like this podcast.
I would say, yeah. I would say that's probably where you shine a lot, is that you give everything not necessarily total organization, but at least you have bullet points to reach to. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do this. I want to do that. I want to have 3 videos out, shot prior to the album being released. There's a game plan to it. And I, with the trial and error you did.
That was the first time I really did like a plan. I remember you telling me, if you do it for this one, when the next one comes up, you're going to have to even go hard.
Yeah, and it's true.
It is,
like you have,
now you set an expectation.
How many, well, okay, so the trial and error album you and me did, that was supposed to be a short album.
Yeah.
In between like a teaser.
Yeah,
for this album.
Yep.
That's the whole purpose of that album, was to put something together to keep you busy.
Yeah, and I remember it got to a point where I hadn't released anything.
Yeah.
And I needed to release.
And so luckily, I had so many beats just sitting around doing nothing, you know what I mean? Some needed to be more touched up on.
Yeah, were you reluctant to like not put certain beats out or have me record on them or anything?
No, you know what?
You
No, I made my mind up. When you asked me to do that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him pick whatever he wants. I'm gonna go through. I know certain beats you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know certain beats you wouldn't do. So I usually give you a selection of some up, some down. So maybe I'll throw in something electronic, a little bit more synthy sounding, and maybe something that I would rap on.
Yeah.
Just see where you're at. And then when I see what you gravitate towards, then I'm like, okay, then I'm not gonna send him none of those ones.
Those other ones?
I'm gonna get that. Those ended up turning into those the beats that I didn't end up sending you ended up turning into like an EP or something like that, because there were good beats and I heard them when I was giving you the beats. But yeah, that original album, that the Trial and Error album, it was definitely one of those things that was supposed to be to set you up, to keep your energy and momentum going for this album, because I knew that this album was going to be a large one for your rap career.
Yeah.
Okay. I already knew.
Visionary
I already felt
over
that.
here.
I felt that already. So I'm like, okay, if he is able to make some videos here, if he's able to keep up his writing, his pen, you got to keep that pen up.
Yeah.
If you go too long without writing,
it starts to show.
It does. It really does. And so, just to keep you going with that, and I think it really served well. Yeah. I think that album leading into this album got everybody's mouth wet, and now, dude, you got this shit coming up. You got vinyl for this shit.
Yeah, first time on vinyl. It's on a record label. It's on SpitSlam Records.
It's on SpitSlam
Records, man.
It's on SpitSlam. You got tapes?
Yeah, I got tapes coming out. They're either out or coming or whenever I drop this, but you can get it. So it's tapes, vinyl, and CDs. So we got all 3 types of mediums.
That's the first time.
Yep.
That's the first time. Yeah, that's tight, man. You gonna have merch like shirts?
No, that's it. Just the physicals this time.
Damn.
I still got merch for the other stuff too. I mean, I still got merch. As artists, man, we always
never did
got.
that Trial and Error shirt.
Do we have a shirt? Oh, you wanted to put the frog on the shirt?
Put a frog on the shirt.
That'd have been a tight shirt. Purple.
Yeah, I know it would have been a tight shirt.
Yeah, you picked that cover. Yeah, Paavo, man, over here. I was like, all right, man, let's go.
Executive producer. I don't know what to tell you. Mix, master.
Oh yeah, executive by Paavo.
Executive producer.
Yeah,
but
man.
No, I learned a lot of mistakes from that album too, because I remember hearing a couple of the masters and a couple of the mixing. I'm like, okay, I'm overdoing it.
Yeah,
I'm over processing it. Okay, I'm gonna draw back. When I went to do the studio time with Deegan.
Yeah.
And then I went to go do the studio time over there in San Carlos. When I did those songs with Chill, I was watching everything that they were fucking doing, and I'm like, yeah, these guys ain't doing too much.
So do you like the engineering part of things, mixing the records?
I don't mind it,
Okay.
but if I could have somebody else fucking
Do
do
it?
it,
Yeah,
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 like
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
definitely would.
But
But
it's
no,
more of
I
out of
like it.
necessity. Oh, well, I
I
like
mean,
it.
I like it now.
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot.
Okay, okay.
Like I'm mad. No, I'm not mad, but I have another project that's in my way right
Mm-hmm.
now that's taking up my time. I have a whole song to mix right
Yeah.
now, and it's just been sitting there. And I'm like, I need to get to that. I want to do that shit, but I'm like, I gotta dedicate my time
To this other
to
project.
this other project. So
Yeah.
it's annoying.
Okay. All right. So you came with Paavo. After Paavo, you dropped several albums. Now
Yeah.
we're here. Okay.
No,
And other things.
there's no other things.
This is done.
Well, okay. I got a vinyl.
Oh yeah.
I got a vinyl.
Actually,
It's expensive as vinyl.
Yeah, Tenebrae, man. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Paavo got how many? Is that the first?
Just
The
that's
only
the
album?
first and only. That'll probably be the first and only.
Yeah. It's so. What made you want to put that one out on vinyl? Oh, that was.
So that one was Black Buffalo.
Oh yeah. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
so that one's when Chef Mike and myself went on Black Buffalo, and I had it in my soul where I'm like, I need to finally get a vinyl. Dude, we know we're not like,
Yeah.
who knows?
I remember that. You bringing that back memories. That was one of your goals.
Yeah, I was like,
One of your goals.
who knows how long we're gonna do this for, right? Like, I don't see any time quitting, but what if all of a sudden I have to sell out of necessity? I have to sell my equipment for whatever God reason, financial strifes that I find, whatever the case is.
Yeah. I've always wondered what would be the first thing I'd sell.
You know, oh, dude, that
The elliptical.
the elliptical.
The elliptical's collecting dust over there.
That should be your studio time right there.
Oh,
that's
shit,
your
elliptical.
studio.
Holy shit.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
you know, I hooked up with when Chef Mike got there. He goes, dude, I might have a hookup.
Mm-hmm.
So we reached out to Black Buffalo. We presented to them the album. We felt that album
Was the album
strong.
already done?
The album was done.
Nah, see?
Yeah, the album was done.
That's one
and
thing I like.
mixed.
Yep.
The album was done and mixed. The
Yeah.
only thing we didn't do just yet was we didn't do the mastering yet. The mastering I was going to outsource.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to outsource to Fezzy Harper, and he did a good job. That was another learning lesson.
Yeah.
When I heard what he did to the album, I was like, oh, okay. You ain't. I talked to him about it too, and it gave me a lot of insight. But yeah, we had everything done. But dude, that had to be one of the most frustrating processes I've ever had to do. It was with the Out of the Country label, who was gracious enough to take us on and give us the actual contract and do everything the correct way. And
yeah, that's one of them things that you don't know how to deal until you're in it.
yeah,
You got like how you maneuver. It's like you just gotta throw yourself in the pool and see where you end up.
yeah,
you know?
and at the end, I was like, they held back the album. They held back the album for like almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
The album was out, like we were done, and they held the album up for a whole fucking year. And that frustrated the shit out of us.
Yeah.
You know, because we had the momentum. We had everything going. Everybody wanted it by the I think it was like 2019 we had it ready.
Damn. Okay.
Or it was 2020 we had it ready because I did that song Lockdown.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was specifically about COVID. It might have been 2021 that year. But anyways, it was that whole time. And we had that shit ready, but that shit didn't drop until 2022 in October. In October of 2022, the vinyl was a process because the vinyl was on fucking back order because
because of COVID.
COVID fucked everything up.
Yep.
And there was a big shortage of supplies.
Yes, I remember that.
Were saying they were trying to blame like people like Adele and everybody and shit like that they were taking up all the pressing plants and the resurgence of vinyl. Nah, I just think like a lot of people were at home being creative and a lot of these press companies were overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what it was. Us being part of an independent label, it pushed it back, and no, that caused a lot of grief. That caused a lot. That was one of the most frustrating things. The shipping from Canada's a
bitch.
Mother, dude.
Yeah.
That was like $15, $16 just to ship it to you. I felt bad. Like in my heart of heart, I felt bad. I was like, damn, man, I can't ask nobody to buy this because I bought it myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me see how this process is. So I bought it myself, got it ordered the same day I ordered me the Ghost one, and I was like, okay, cool, let's just wait. And wait. I'm like, this is not a good experience for anybody to go through.
Yeah.
So that's dope that your shit is coming out on vinyl.
Yeah.
You already got a test pressing?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. And it's gonna be hopefully in your hands by the time you can do a pre-order for it. So.
Pre-orders, all of that, man. It's for this particular project, man. I really gotten detailed to even from all the promo that I've been making for it and making sure that everything's available. And scheduling, like. And just really having a plan, man, and it's coming all together, man.
Yeah, your energy for doing that is very high.
Yeah.
You know, you're not.
I know. Like right now, for Paavo to actually be on here, man, it's a big deal, man, because he hates it. But right now he's very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, once you get him talking, get him a few drinks, he'll open up.
And I'm burping linguiça up like crazy right now.
But you know what, man? You know how you gravitate towards mixing? I'm gravitating towards filming.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm getting a little better with the filming,
all that kind of stuff.
You know, being working with Blueprint, seeing how he does the lighting and all that, and taking going on YouTube. You don't really need that much.
You're gonna have music video. With a Logic and Blueprint.
Yeah, man, it's dope. It's so dope, right? Yeah.
You already had one with the Logic for the trial and error.
Remember when we got that verse back, dude?
Oh my god!
I sent that to you.
Dude.
Sent that to you.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that was dope, man. Because you know what? When I think back about it, man, like the first time Logic heard that Seminar song and he played it on the show, and then he gave that shit a 10 out of 10. That shit was a moment for me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, damn, that's dope, man. Because I've been going to like all these contests and all these places, trying to, showcase my shit. And then I sent it to there.
Random.
One day. And then
owes
boom,
you nothing. Owes you nothing. Doesn't know you from Dick and Jane.
Yeah.
And just says, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah, no, and what you're saying is so fucking real that you always out here on the grind. You always out here trying to prove yourself to I don't know why. Mm-hmm. And, you get nothing in return. But here's this guy that owes you nothing, that has a pedigree.
Yep.
Whose pen game himself is something to, there's something to behold.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives you a little blessing.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, man, keep doing it.
Yep.
That is definitely, that's a win.
Yeah, dude.
That's a win.
Definitely, dude. I just put the kids to sleep. I'm watching it on my phone. I have each kid in one arm and shit in the middle of the bed. And I'm watching this shit and I'm like, wake these motherfuckers up. And oh shit, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would have had nerves.
Oh,
I would have had nerves the whole time, or you would have been meh. You know what I'm saying? He would have done, yeah, it's cool. Keep at it, bro. Like, damn, like that.
Yeah, man.
Or just like when that dude reviewed the
Crumble the paperback?
Yeah. When I was listening to that, I was like, okay, it's positive and it ain't positive. But then where's that guy now?
Yeah.
Like he's gone. He never even stayed consistent. So I'm like, I'm glad I didn't give energy to that.
Yeah.
Or the other guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That guy, and I'm like, I mean, he's still. Luckily, they're still at it. They're still doing their thing. You know what I mean? But when I'm like,
in the large scheme of things, those things kind of.
It's a scheme.
Yeah,
it's a scheme.
Yeah, because a lot of the time, there's been times where you actually, like, you put your music on this blog. They're asking you, okay, then you write the bio to your shit so they can present it on their shit, and it's kind of like it's all backwards.
It absolutely, yeah. I mean, and this is where Dirty Winners. I love his rap style and shit, and I was able to mix and master his album recently. That he did most of the beats, and he sent me the project. And so like that's coming up down the pipeline.
Dope.
The first time I'm doing nothing but engineering work on it. And like how you gonna promote it? Yeah, I guess we could run it to these blogs.
Yeah.
So you could get a 1-page ad saying something about it. I guess it serves as a footprint in order for people to search. Okay, yeah, that traction that helps Google out to help push your album into somebody's face. But I get
you,
what
man.
Does it do?
Like when I think about the times I was trying to get on the ciphers, or just the ciphers that had the video. Yeah. When I realized that the other day, I was like, wait a minute, I'm kind of doing that myself. And then you realize when you're able to do it, and then you realize that you could actually make it look clean. Yeah. You can post it. You could do it yourself, and see what happens. All that comes with just trying to see what the fuck happens.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I give you props on. You know what I mean? Is that you try, and fail or not, or success or not, I should say. You ain't tripping. You just move on to it. Whereas sometimes I don't even come out the breaks. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this because I don't know. I want to present myself a certain way, or I want a certain camera angle, or I don't want my roommate that. I make up all these fucking excuses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in reality, the real reason why is because I don't want to do it. And I've come to terms with that. Like, don't make excuses.
Yeah.
Don't make excuses, dude. Just say the real. You don't want to fucking do it. I'm okay with it now.
Yeah.
3 years later, after having all this discussion, I'm okay with it now. Like, I just got to present the way I am.
Yeah.
We got the podcast, the Beat Exchange podcast. Gonna keep chugging on that, and Charlie's out there, putting in major work on that. Charlie did our album. The Check One album. You know what I'm saying? He did all my beats before, and that's the one dude that I'd say, like, he has his own situations going on, but he's like, when it comes to the love of music, that's what it doesn't change. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't change. And so that's one of the other things that keeps me motivated to keep working. Seeing you do your thing and seeing Charlie adapt to his situations and keep creating. It's seeing Chef Mike out there doing his thing. Limit. Yeah. I don't know why I don't mention Limit, but Limit, like, he works a fucking 9 to 5 too.
Yeah, man. We're all here trying to. We put a lot into our work here, and we got jobs, man, and it's something that we're going to continue to do, man.
Yeah.
We don't expect anyone to do it for us.
Yeah.
100%. So, Paavo, any projects coming down the line, man?
I just mentioned the...
You got the one, Dirty Winners.
The one with Dirty Winners.
Are you rapping on that? Or are you...
No, I'm just doing
mixing?
I just did
Master?
mixing and mastering on that album. That's getting done. I'm working on some songs with this dude called Rock Solid. I just started. We got like 2-3 songs currently. I got a single coming up, but by the time this gets edited, it might already be out. But it's called The Plague. So I got three singles that are out right now that I'm really happy with. I think I really, and they're on the new mic with the new microphone too. So you know what I'm saying? So that you get that new equipment.
Yeah, you want to play with it. I'm supposed to actually go out there and test it.
Yeah, well, we could work that out because I think. Actually, I'm gonna have you on one of the songs with him.
Oh, word. Okay.
So then we could work that out. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I just got the beat too, and it's gonna be fucking dope.
There you go.
It's gonna be fucking dope.
So you got to work with people that are ecstatic about this shit. This man right here, Paavo. When I first started, man, I was his hype man, and what did I tell you in the car the other day? That I don't know. I think one time it was like, Hugo, man, you better remember them lyrics, otherwise I'm gonna call you out on stage.
And you knew them more than me.
Oh shit, yeah, I would fucking help you and shit. That's a good thing about having a hype man, too.
You knew them more than me.
I was like, I was writing them shits down in the fucking notepad just to be prepared, man, because man. Yeah. That's one thing you can always help yourself is just being prepared for the shit that you want to do. So that way, you don't fuck up. But
yeah, man. I mean, other than that, I think it's just the podcast. You know, doing as much as I can to help you push this album.
There we go.
Mainly it's the desire. Mainly it's desire.
It's going to be like, hey, yo, you on your own, Hugo. So this podcast is over and shit. Man. But yeah, man. So Checks in the Mail featuring my man Paavo, produced by my man Limit Break.
Limit Break.
Get it. We got it on vinyl. We got it on a tape and CDs,
SpitSlam.
Man. And on SpitSlam Records. Don't you forget it, man.
Yeah.
Get it. Thank you for watching. If you support what we do, if you enjoy independent hip-hop, go to ugomonster.com and get your copy of Checks in the Mail featuring Paavo, produced by Limit Break on SpitSlam Records. Thank you, and I appreciate your support.